Hello, my name is Dmitriy Belyanin. On this YouTube channel, I am reviewing the works of leading economists, political science theorists, and other social scientists and analyzing current trends. Is the road to hell paved with good intentions? Does a majority vote always determine the best policy option? Is happiness an indicator of virtue? Today I will talk about one of the works of one of the greatest philosophers and political theorists who played a key role in developing a major ethical theory. This work, Utilitarianism by John Stuart Mill, was first published in 1861. According to John Stuart Mill, actions are right to the extent that they increase the utility of all, and wrong to the extent that they decrease it. The general utility is the sum of happiness of all, less the sum of all suffering. The basic principle of utilitarianism is the greatest good for the greatest number. Virtue is not merely a tool, but a part of happiness. According to Mill, since people need consistency, low cost and security, physical pleasures alone are unlikely to motivate them. Jeremy Bentham, his predecessor, also argued this, but Mill also claimed that intellectual pleasures take precedence over physical pleasures. Mill also understood that many people find it more difficult to fulfill their goals and ideals as they get older, and youthful exuberance, as well as the ability to learn, decreases. The majority should decide which pleasures are most desirable. If not every individual experienced a pleasure, a competent majority should make the decision. Mill responded to critiques of utilitarianism, such as the claim that happiness is not attainable. He understood that pleasant excitement is fleeting. He also noted a dilemma that all people experience, either stability with low risk and low pain, or excitement with high risk and high pain. According to Mill, each person may be motivated to become interested in working for the common good. Actions should be judged by their consequences. Sacrifices that do not benefit society are unnecessary expenditures. Each action is assessed separately regardless of the character of the person committing. An individual should remain unbiased regarding personal and social interests. Many great virtues are being committed for specific individuals. Man is a social creature, and the interests of each individual are equal. Progress fosters a sense of community and social responsibility. As society becomes less hierarchical and climbing the social ladder becomes easier, this sense of community increases. Each social system starts out being a necessity but ends in tyranny. Law is a fair claim on society to defend what belongs to the individual, either through the power of laws or through education and public opinion. If something does not belong to the individual by right, he or she must either protect it himself or herself, or its possession becomes a matter of chance. Outperforming others in honest professional competition gives one the right to a higher income. Theft and other forms of coercion may be justified if one can save lives with them. Different people and nations have different views on justice. Hence, Mill defended the right of nations and countries to self-determination. According to Mill, human rights must work for the common good. Tyrants may rule developing countries, and foreign intervention to remove them from power is unacceptable. I will discuss the critiques of John Stuart Mill's ideas in my future videos. For example, economists of the Austrian School of Economics such as Mises, Hayek, Nozick, and Rothbard argued that natural rights, particularly property rights, take precedence over the common good. John Rawls, who published the book A Theory of Justice in 1971, argued that the happiness of many people cannot compensate for the unhappiness of one or a few. Mill realized that his ideas were imperfect, and reading the book left me with several questions. For example, is it right to preserve the lives of a few hopelessly ill people at the expense of the rest of society? If we go by the principle the greatest good for the greatest number, is saving their lives too costly? Most people would probably say that these lives should be saved, but we have to assume that each individual understands that he or she may someday be among the people who are ill. I also doubt that certain social systems and regimes were historically necessary. Were fascism and Nazism historically inevitable? Capitalism did not end with their demise. If people's sense of community increases with the elimination of hierarchies, why are some highly hierarchical regimes stable? Also, can we educate everyone to become unbiased in choosing between the good of society and one's own? Or to ensure that all human beings will give priority to pursuing intellectual pleasures rather than physical pleasures? Nevertheless, I must admit the importance of John Stuart Mill's contributions and note that many issues that he raised are still relevant today. I request my audience to comment on the issues that John Stuart Mill raised. Do not forget to click thumbs up and subscribe. Wish you all the best.